guys, and welcome back to my channel. It has been such a long time since we've actually sat down and had a little chinwag about certain topics, so here we are. In this video I'm going to be speaking about what it's like being a black alternative influencer and the pros, the cons, a lot of the cons, being honest and real about what it's like, whether it's easy, whether it's hard, you know, all of that juicy stuff. So let's get right into it. To start with, I'll just give a little brief outline into how I actually got into alternative modelling, alternative influencing. So basically I started off as an alternative model. Some of you may already know that if you've been on my channel for a while or you follow me on Instagram, but for those of you that don't, basically I got into alternative modelling first, and I did that by joining one of the sites like Purple Port, Model Mayhem, working with local photographers in my area. I built up a portfolio and then started to reach out to brands and magazines to try and, you know, network a little bit, get my face out there, and yeah, that's basically what occurred. I started to sort of drift over to the influencing side because obviously, you know, to model you need to be known to brands, they need to know your face. So because I had that background, it made it a little bit easier to get into that side of things. So that helped a bit more when I went to London Edge, big up London Edge. So I went there and it's basically like a massive exhibition of different brands showcasing their stuff, and if you're an influencer or, you know, YouTuber or whatever, you get invited to go down and you get to check out all the stuff that hasn't come out yet. And basically they give you a bunch of free stuff, you get to network, and that's how you sort of build up a, is it repertoire? Is that how you pronounce it? You build up a little relationship, and yeah, you sort of go from there really. It's what made me sort of want to go more from the modelling to the influencing side, because I really had a great time there at London Edge. It was so much easier to network than the way I had been doing it before. So yeah, once again, big up to London Edge. I've written like bare notes down, so let me try and keep on track. Basically, with influencing, it's not a really easy thing to do. It's all about network, it's all about, you know, posting at the right time, getting the right hashtags going, being marketable, people interacting with you and all this, that and the fourth. So these are all different aspects that you need to look at if this is something that you want to get into doing. Basically for me, things changed last year. So basically before the George Floyd death and the Black Lives Matter protests and the movement, I was getting a few bits and pieces. Like, I've always been with Killstar. I've been with Killstar, like, influencing their brand for a very long time, for years actually. Yeah, so I was getting the odd collaborations, so like with Killstar or DISTURBIA, Rogan Wolf, but it wasn't that frequent. So these were the three main brands that would contact me to obviously collaborate and work with. Then after the George Floyd situation, and brands noticed that they were really, and I mean really, lacking in diversity, they have reached out massively to a lot of black influencers. Now this is great. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is great. This is why, like, I have these chest of drawers here now, because this is all the stuff that I have been given, and as you can see here, you can see all the shoes that I've also got. I'm not trying to sound ungrateful when I say this, but I feel like, you know, it needs to be spoken about and we need to be honest about situations. Had it not been for that situation, half the brands that have contacted me probably would not have contacted me, if I'm honest. This is how I feel about the situation. You know, it's kind of sad that I feel like that I could have been picked for these situations just to tick a box, as opposed to the fact that I have been doing modelling since, I don't know, I was about 18. I'm 28 now, so it's 10 years I've been out here, and it's only in the last year since George Floyd have people really recognised me on social media or reached out to me to work with. And I'm sure this is the same for a lot of other black alternative models or influencers, or both, that they've had a drastic increase in collaborations and people wanting to work with us since George Floyd, since the Black Lives Matter. And it, to me, what is quite, I don't want to say upsetting, or I'll just say noticeable, is that brands obviously knew that they weren't being very inclusive, they weren't having that much representation of people of all races in their brand, wearing their clothes, wearing their shoes, jewelry, whatever. And it took this for people to be like, oh crap, I've got to do this. Now, the part that gets me is, have people done this because they feel they have to, or because they've realised an issue and they wanted to address it? That's the part that is always going to be playing on my mind, and is pretty tricky to, you know, really know who's genuine and who's not. So I can't really speak for everyone on this one, but I'll speak for myself. What it's like being a black alternative influencer is, it's not very well paid. I will say that it is not very well paid. Don't get me wrong, some of the outfits that I have been given I absolutely love and adore, and it has come up to a lot of money. And like the jewelry and stuff that I've been given, like this one here is this ring from Eater Love Eater. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's E-T-A-H. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, I've got that, I've got this top. I have been given a bunch of stuff, which I will forever be grateful for. However, you know, these items don't pay bills, you know. I'm paying X amount of money for my new phone that I've got now, so that I've got higher quality pictures, higher quality videos. But, you know, getting clothes doesn't pay for my phone or my makeup or my hair or the time it takes. Because when it comes to doing stuff, you know, if I'm shooting stuff for a brand, it will literally take me the best part of the day to do it. And I might just get like a £20 t-shirt for it, do you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm grateful that you want to work with me, but at the same time, I shouldn't just have to be grateful for you gifting me something that's worth £20, do you know what I mean? Like, someone could go on to buy it. So say you've given me £20 t-shirt, someone could go on to buy, I don't know, 4 or 5 people could go on to buy something. So that's what, £80 to £100, and you're making a £60 to £80 profit from me getting a £20 t-shirt. I'm not seeing any of that money. I'm seeing a t-shirt that's going to go in my drawer. And if I really like it, I'll wear it over and over again. But it's like, it's, you know, the money makes the world go round. Do you understand what I mean? I feel like I've said I understand what I mean like 100 times in this, but I really do hope you understand what I mean. Yeah, so this is the thing. It's like people have reached out, or brands have reached out to shoot or collaborate with black alternative models, influencers, but not exactly. See, this is a hard thing, because I haven't spoken to other people about it, but I kind of feel like it's the same, because we've all shot with the same people. So, you know, out of all the brands that I've worked with, only one has paid me. No, like two have paid me, you know, and this is since last year, and I have worked with countless, and I do really appreciate those 2 brands that actually paid me for my time and for the pictures and all of that business. Put a word of advice out there. I feel like if you're gonna reach out to influencers, you need to start paying, like, because I've been reading online about it, and like from literally 10k followers up, they're saying you can get paid. So I feel like brands really need to put the money where their mouths is and start paying influencers, to be honest. And that might be controversial and all that business, but I think it's necessary. I think you really should be paying influencers. Giving us a few bits and pieces here is nice. Don't get me wrong, half the stuff that I've got I love. You know, I thought about selling some of the stuff just so that I could make money from doing it, but I can't, because I actually like it, because I picked it. I actually like it. Like, I've done a little bit of research into like just black influencers, and I've watched some of their videos, and they say that they get undercut. I've seen that they say that they have been on par with other white influencers and they get paid and they don't, and it's just, well, what is that about? You know, like, if you're really trying to, you know, think, yeah, we're going to be inclusive, then you got to be inclusive with that money, darling. You need to be inclusive with that money, sweetie. So yeah, that's my sort of roundup of what it's like being a black influencer. I find, in conclusion, let's just try and summarize it, because I hope, like, sometimes when I'm talking, I like pick random thoughts out of my head and it might not be, you know, in order. But I would say for me, like, I enjoy being an influencer, especially alternative one. It's all I've ever wanted to do, really, is just model for brands that I wear. That's it. So I like the fact that I am finally being able to do that. My my pros is, like, I appreciate every single brand that has reached out to me and thought that they wanted me to be some sort of representation for their clothing brand. I do appreciate that, or the jewelry line or shoes or anything like that. I do, and I will always appreciate that, any brand that looks to work with me. But I do feel brands need to make more of an effort to pay their influencers, especially the black alternative influencers, because there's a small market for us. There's a very, very small market for us, and I think more can be done in this area. Also, I feel like I wouldn't say it's something not to get into. If you really want to do it, like, do it. But I would say set boundaries of what you want to achieve, where you want it to go, and what you expect from brands. So that's what I've started doing this year. I've written out what I expect. So if anyone contacts me and they want to work with me, I have a free option and I have a payment options. So it's not like I'm writing off working with a brand at all if they don't pay, because most of the brands that contact me, I really like their stuff, so it's a win in that situation. But I've given a free option which doesn't take up so much of my time. So if a brand wants to work with me, they can, and maybe they might not have the funds to pay. Like, if it's a small brand, there's still a free option which won't take me the whole day to, you know, use my makeup, do my hair, and, you know, it's a smaller package. So maybe that might be something that you want to look into sort of categorizing how you can market yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're running a business and we're running a business. So everyone wants to make money, everyone wants to make a profit. You don't see TV companies letting people advertise for free. You think Sky's going to let you advertise your business on there for free? No, darling. So if you want me to advertise your stuff, you gotta look at that cash money. But yeah, that's all that I've got to say really on that situation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna try and do a bit more sit down chatty videos in the future. I'm gonna just think about, like, some topics, things that I'm passionate about, things that, you know, we can sort of relate to, people that follow me on Instagram might be going through. So yeah, that's going to be what I'm going to try and do, because England's back on lockdown. As I said in my video with Mr. Field, yeah, England's back on, this is a bigger lockdown. This is a deeper lockdown. This is national lockdown. Before it was tier 4 lockdown, where you can still do things. This is, Boris told you, keep your clerk at home. So yeah, I've got a lot of time on my hands. Again, I'm going to try and be a little bit more consistent with what I want to post. But yeah, that's everything, because I'm rambling again and this is going on for ages. I'm going to have a lot of editing to do. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my neck one. You can see I'm rusty. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys.